Hello everybody, and what's up? This is Colton from Burnt Toast, and today we're going to take a look at Donphan Trevenant. This is a fun deck that a lot of people had looked at whenever Trevenant first came out, but Aselgor was such a good partner that Donphan somewhat got looked over. But now that Aselgor is leaving and Strong Energy and Fighting Stadium are here, along with Karina, Donphan is Trevenant's best friend. What we're using is Spinning Turn, Donphan's first attack. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched, and it does 40 damage. So basically we're going to Spinning Turn into Trevenant, and Trevenant has Forest Curse as long as this Pokemon is your active. Your opponent cannot play item cards from his or her hand. So we're going to Spinning Turn into Trevenant, and then our opponent won't be able to use items. What we're doing to power up our Donphan is Spinning Turn cost a Fighting Energy, or Strong. And Strong Energy says this card can only be attached to fighting Pokemon. This card provides Fighting Energy while only attached to fighting Pokemon. The attacks of the fighting Pokemon this card are attached to do 20 more damage. So for 1 energy, we're doing 60 damage. We add a Muscle Band, we're doing 80. If we add a Silver Bangle, we're doing 90 to an EX. Add a Fighting Stadium, and to an EX, we're either doing 100 with a Muscle Band or 120 with a Silver Bangle. So we're doing a whole lot of damage and then switching into Trevenant, where then our opponent will not be able to play items, and we basically get them stuck. That's the main idea of the deck. We also run 2 Suicune in case if we are playing against a very heavy EX deck, or starting off we get a slow start. He's basically a staller. It allows us to get our everything set up and get our lot going. Suicune is fantastic. We run a 1-1-1 line of Dusknoll, Dusclops, Dusknoir with Sinister Hand. As often as during your turn, you may move 1 damage counter from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another. They have made the process on here much easier to do that, which is great. But Dusknoir is not extremely crucial to the deck. It's not like a Aselgor where you can easily take 6 prizes. He's a little more difficult in this deck, but we are using that. Our A-Spec for the deck, I know it's not computer search, and Aselgor, Trevenant always use computer search, but we've chosen Dowsing Machine because a lot of times we end up discarding things like our Startling Megaphone. It gets rid of all tool cards on the field. If Garbodor is set up and he's got a tool card on him, and our Forest Cursed or our Safeguard is not being able to use because they lock off our abilities, we need to have our Startling Megaphone so we can get that set up again. So we do run Dowsing Machine to get our Startling Megaphone back. Also, sometimes early on in the game, we have to use Great Ball multiple times. It'd be great to have 5 or 6 of them. Level Ball is being cycled out along with Heavy Ball, so we're not using them in this deck. It would be great to use them, but we're not going to use them because they are being cycled out. We're going to play this as if it's already past September 3rd, because this is how the deck will be played for the rest of the year. So Dowsing Machine is basically to help us get things back that we discard early on, because we do have to discard a lot, especially using Sycamore. A lot of times we've got to discard a whole bunch of stuff to get things where we need to be and set up quickly. Also, since Tropical Beach will be cycled out, decks like this that take a few turns to set up won't be near as competitive, but still fun to play. So we'll look at the rest of the deck. We run 19 Pokemon. Dowsing Machine is our A-Spec. Discard 2 cards from your hand. Put a Trainer from discard back in your hand. As I was saying, needing cards back, that's why we use Dowsing Machine. Now we're using 3 Evosoda. Search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon. This counts as evolving, so you can't do it the same turn that you set a Pokemon down, or that you can't do it the first turn. So Evosoda is basically just to help us speed up the evolution process and search out our Pokemon. It's another search card. We use 4 Great Ball. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Pokemon you find there, put it in your hand, shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Like I said, Level Ball is gone. Heavy Ball will be gone. So we are using Great Ball, and Great Ball is pretty great in heavy Pokemon decks like this. I mean, you see we've got 19. That's almost a third of the deck. So we are going to use Great Ball. We have 1 Professor's Letter. We only run 6 energy in here. We've got 4 strong and 2 fighting. But we are going to use Professor's Letter because sometimes we're stuck without energy and we get a search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, reveal them and put them in your hand. So that way we can get out our fighting energy for Donphan, but most of the time we do draw into the energy we need. We run 1 Rare Candy. It skips this Stage 1 evolution and you go from your basic straight into your Stage 2. We do run that for Dusknoir. But like I said, Dusknoir is not essential to the deck, and we don't use him a whole lot, but it is great when we do get him set up. I've been over Startling Megaphone. We run 1 switch in the deck. We only run 1 because we've got 3 Float Stones. The Pokemon this card is attached to has no retreat cost. The Float Stones are for Trevenant or Suicune. We use Spinning Turn, switch this Pokemon with one of your benched, and we go into Trevenant with Forest Curse. As long as this Pokemon is active, your opponent can't play items. Or we switch into, Suicune with Safeguard to prevent all effect, including damage done to this Pokemon by attacks of Pokemon EX. So, the Float Stones allow us to move around a whole lot, so that's why we're only running 1 switch. Another controversy that I'll probably be questioned on in this deck is why are you only using 2 Ultra Ball? The reason for that is we don't have much that we're really allowed to discard. This deck is pretty tight. We don't need to be discarding a lot of cards. And that brings up the question, why don't you use Execute? The deck really doesn't have room for it, and we've got so many search cards. I mean, we have Karina, go find a Pokemon and an item. So you can go find a Donphan or a Phanpy and then get a Great Ball. So there we've already got at least 2 Pokemon in play. We got our Evisodas. We're drawing a whole lot of cards with our Colress, Sycamore. So I'm only using 2 Ultra Ball. That's what I've chosen to do. 2 Fighting Stadium. The attacks of each fighting Pokemon in play, both yours and your opponents, do 20 more damage to the defending Pokemon EX. That is absolutely fantastic against a Thundurus. It is so easy for a one-hit knockout on a Thundurus with Fighting Stadium. And all these fighting cards, just powering them up, it's ridiculous. Then we run 2 Muscle Band, adds 20 damage to your attacks. And 2 Silver Bangle, it adds 30 to your attacks against EXs. So those are the items we have in the deck. Our trainers, or supporters, we have 2 Colress, shuffle your hand in your deck, draw for the number of cards equal to the number of bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. We run Karina, search your deck for a fighting Pokemon and an item card, reveal it and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck afterwards. We run 1 Lysander. With that Lysander, we are able to switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with his or her active. We've got 4 in. Each player shovels his or her hand into their deck. Then each player draws a card for the remaining prize cards they have. And then we run 4 Professor Sycamore. Discard your hand and draw 7. Our energies are 2 fighting and 4 strong. The attacks of the fighting Pokemon this card are attached to do 20 more damage. So that is the deck. We're going to play a game here on Pokemon Online. It's a very fun deck, but here we go. We're going to go get ranked in Trevenant and Donphan. So here we go, guys. We're going to get started. Hopefully we get a good matchup. This is a very fun deck, that's for sure. And once you get the cycle locked down, it's just fantastic and it's so much fun. So we will flip tails. You want to go first with this deck to get as many Pokemon on your bench first, but I don't know. Hopefully they allow us to go first, but probably not. This is just an all-around fun deck to play. Alright, so we will be going second. Let's see, we have Great Ball. We're going to promote our Duskull just in case if it gets knocked out. It's not crucial and extremely important. So, alright, we are going against a Team Plasma deck. Team Plasma decks are generally heavy in items. So, I think this will be a good matchup. And Thundurus is weak to fighting, so Donphan can hit for so much damage. We do see our opponent is using Prism Energy, which will be cycled out here in a couple of days. They're also using Blend Energy, so all around they're using cards that are about to be cycled. And a Scramble Switch. So we do see 3 Ultra Ball in the discard pile already. They are, wow. Thunderous is already hitting for 60, so that's just absolutely no fun. So we're going to play our Great Ball. We'll grab Trevenant. We're going to need that next turn. And then we'll just pass our turn. We can't do anything else. Things are not looking too well for us. They are going to score a knockout here. Hopefully Pokemon Catcher doesn't work. And it does. So we're back to nothing. That sucks. Things are not looking too good for Team Donphan. Phantom has died. So here we are stuck. We're going to Dowsing Machine for the Great Ball and hope to get something. Alright. Oh, Suicune. This should buy us a lot of turns because our opponent is not using. Do you want to? Nah. Duskull's not too important. Our opponent's not using anything but EXs. So Suicune was perfect right there. They're not going to be able to do anything but accelerate energy for the next long time. I absolutely hate to do this, but we need to get things going. So we are going to discard our hand and get a Phanpy in play and an energy. So we will end our turn, and I feel like we are pretty darn safe here. Hypnotoxic Laser is the only way they're going to be able to do damage. Hopefully they don't have Verbank and they've chosen to run Frozen City. But at the same time, we don't want either of those. So I guess they switch for artwork preferences. Not exactly sure. But 10 damage goes on to the Suicune. What to do here? This is where we will Karina. We're going to get a Donphan. And we're going to go for a Great Ball. We need to get more Pokemon in play. So, Great Ball. Get another Phanpy. Evolve. We will. What to do? Bench of Phanpy, and I think we're going to discard our Lysander and our Colress. We're going to knock our opponent down to 4 cards next turn with that in. So we're going to get our Phantom in play and end our turn. So Suicune is doing great for us right now. Do you see a Pokemon Catcher? Alright, and a Tails, so that's great. Things are looking good for us. They do play an in. That's okay. We're still going to get 6 more cards, except we get... What a terrible hand. Oh man, that sucks. Alright, but we do get a Great Ball. We get another Donphan in play. We've got an Evosoda for our Trevenant. I think we're going to just leave Suicune active and allow him to give us a few more turns. We're going to test that Strong Energy to Donphan. Muscle Band. So that's doing 80. That'd be short of a knockout. So yeah, we're just going to end our turn here. I don't see Suicune getting knocked out. I mean, all they could do is put down a Verbank and put 30 more damage on it. But other than that, they're stuck here. We do see that Lugia being powered up, which sucks, because Trevenant does only have 110 HP, and I'm sure Lugia is going to come in and score that knockout immediately. once we knock out the Thunderous. So, let's see how much energy. They've got no more energy in the discard. They've used their Scramble Switch. So, what to do? We're going to put our Floatstone on the Suicune. Attach Fighting Energy and retreat into Donphan. And here we're going to Spinning Turn for 200 damage and go back into Suicune, so they cannot attack us next turn. And we have taken 2 prizes. Things are looking pretty well for us. It looks like Suicune might be our main guy to retreat into. Yeah, well, I know they've got a Hypnotoxic Laser. They do have that, but so they will put Poison, but then we can just retreat again next turn. I think our opponent's in somewhat of a tough situation. Not exactly sure what to do here. So we do see the laser. Next turn, if Thunderous stays active, we'll score another knockout. We do see an in played. Team Plasma Ball for a Kyurem. So there is something that's not an EX that can hit Suicune, but we're going to score another knockout here this next turn. So we've got our Phanpy. We'll retreat into Donphan. There's 1 energy on the Kyurem. They can score a knockout this next turn. So I think our best option might be able to switch into the Trevenant next turn. But at the same time, I'm not sure. We don't want to allow them to have another turn, so we don't want to allow them to use items. That would be great. So I think we're going to Spinning Turn into the Trevenant this time. Let's see. We're going to go into the Trevenant and hope that they do not have energy. If they don't have energy, they've got nothing powered up enough to attack, and we have a switch for next turn. So we will see what happens here. They do have the energy, but that's only going to do 60 damage. And 32 are Donphan. So we'll bench our Phantump, evolve to Donphan. Donphan's going to do 40, 60, 80, 100. It won't be worth it to attach the other energy. So let's see. Yeah, we're going to switch into Donphan, attack, and then move into Suicune. We're going to let Suicune take... Do we want to let Suicune take a hit? No, we're going to let Trevenant take the hit because they've only got 1 Kyurem, it looks like. So we will let Trevenant take the hit here. And then we'll evolve into our other Trevenant immediately afterwards. So not being able to play items just sucks for our opponent here. Lugia does come in, and we see them take 2 prizes. So we'll promote our Donphan, evolve to Trevenant, and Spinning Turn into Suicune. This is a close game. What to do, what to do. They're gonna retreat. Oh man. Not exactly sure what to spinning turn into next, because, oh, perfect. We're gonna get our other Suicune, and our opponent will have to find another way around that. We don't have a way to switch out as of right now, but we do get a Chorus, which we'll be able to play next turn for 8. Things are looking pretty good for us. Hypnotoxic Laser Verbank, it's going to do 30 damage, and they don't get to sleep, so we do see that other Kyurem coming down, getting ready. They're just kind of dumping some cards. Alright, so Great Ball. Alright, then we're going to play Chorus, and we don't want to bench anything else they can easily pull out in one shot, so let's go ahead and bench that and draw 9 cards. We get our Float Stone, Strong Energy. Where to put it? We're going to get that Donphan ready for one big attack. Float Stone. We're going to hold on to our Float Stone just in case we see a Megaphone. We're going to retreat into... We'll just do more damage. Spinning turn for 120. And go back into Suicune. Hopefully we don't see a switch or an energy. They'd have to switch to get into the Kyurem, and they have no plasma energy to attach, so I'm not exactly sure what we're going to see here. We see a Float Stone. We do see the energy, but again, that's only going to do 60 damage with a Frost Spear. So they're going to be short unless if they have a Muscle Band. Or if they've got a laser. So we see what's going to happen here. Pokemon Catcher. This is coming down to a coin flip. No! No! Oh no. What? Why? What? All they had to do is hit the Phanpy and they had game. What? I don't get it. Okay. That is one reason that's fantastic. Alright, we're going to spinning turn for the knockout. All they had to do was pull out the Phanpy, but they decided not to, so we won the game. I don't get the logic behind that. Whatever. So, Suicune was fantastic for us this game. That went very well. That is Donphan Trevenant. Let's see. We did 920 damage altogether, using almost no energy. I mean, we didn't have to use much. We got a slow start and we came back. Our opponent made I don't know what that last play was, but I guess they weren't expecting us to have a way to switch. I don't know. But we did win this game. I'm Colton from Burnt Toast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe and play Pokemon. Later, guys.